Hey there, welcome to another episode of SEO Bunk. And never in my life did I think I'd have to look at the SEO for a parking lot, but I was scrolling through Reddit this evening, seeing if there's anything interesting that came around, and this popped up. This user, Speed Skydives, asked about a parking lot as a Google business place, and he says, or they say, while exploring Google Maps, I noticed someone had created a place out of my company's parking lot. We already claimed our GMB page, so we claimed the parking lot as well. So currently there's Skydive Hollister, and inside of it is Skydive Hollister parking lot. It's getting a decent amount of traffic. Is this hurting the company's ranking? Should we destroy it immediately? So one of the things is I went ahead and just, copy and pasted, this phrase into Google, and yeah, there's a listing for their parking lot, which is right next to their actual business where I would expect it to be. It has one Google review. It's it's a parking lot, and I, I'm trying not to make too much of light of this. This is a really good question, but I do find it kind of funny. So I'm going to try to maintain my composure here. So first off, when you, what I see here is, Skype Dive Hollister clearly has a lot of really excellent uh, branding in terms of the search results. But let's really take a dive into their listing. I don't think there's anything, I'm not trying to reveal anything as I've have in some of the previous episodes where there's someone who's clearly doing something suspicious in order to manipulate the search rankings. If this person is telling the truth, it sounds like someone either mistakenly the parking lot business listing was created, it was done as a joke, or they claimed it just so they were able to take control of the situation, or they may have did it themselves and asking about it. But either way, what I truly think, even before we start diving into it, no pun intended, ideally I think this should be merged if possible, or marked as a duplicate, or somehow as a dubious listing within Google My Business. And the reason for that is it's so close to the actual business page, and the My Business page for their actual business is clearly very well or optimized here. It's got nearly a perfect review out of almost 400 reviews, so they're doing great there. Whereas this one has only one review, and I think they're having fun with it. Let's go. I looked at that one review. Where'd it go? There it is. Karen, who is a local guide, which really doesn't mean too much. I'm a local guide. It really doesn't mean as much as you think it is. And it just says nice place to relax is from 6 months ago. And then 2 weeks ago, the owner said, thanks for the review, Karen. We're enjoying relaxing in our parking lot too. So they recognize that there's something a little ridiculous about the situation, but I feel like there's a lot of insincerity coming from whoever created this listing. So my recommendation is to mark this as a duplicate or dubious, or what any other option. I recommend not marking it as closed, because if possible, not to mark it as closed, because you don't want to confuse that with the entire business being marked as closed. I think that's the way to go. But while we're here, let's see what else we can. There's really not much else here regarding the parking lot. It's 20 parking lot. That's fantastic. And to be fair, there are parking lots out there that having a business listing is fair, because there may be a cost associated. There's things that need to be known. Their parking lot, I'm assuming for their business, is just your regular old parking lot. You drive in, you park, hopefully between the lines, you get out, you hopefully survive from your skydiving situation. You get back into your car, hopefully not back into somebody, and you leave. So I expect that to be a pretty simple parking lot. But now looking at the actual skydive business listing, I can see here that they've done a really excellent job in their Google My Business. I see plenty of optimization here. They've got their business hours, they've got a link to their website, which I'll go ahead and take a look at it and see what's going on there. And like I said earlier, there's over several hundred reviews, all of them almost all positive, which is great. You really don't want to leave come home from skydiving and say things went wrong. I might off video, off the record, take a look and see what are some of these results. So I actually know, come to think about it, when I was looking at some of these reviews before I started recording, I did see a lot of them were their very first reviews. So I wonder if, some of these could be potentially, fake, or they just maybe the business is specifically really pumping up their request for reviews. There's nothing wrong with that. Saying, "Hey, you survived. You had a great time." You saying it's, what they say here, the best experience of my life. Words can't explain it. Asking them to submit a review, that's probably very helpful to the business. So whatever they're doing here, 4.9, that's nothing to scoff at out of that many reviews too. While we're here, what other images do they have? Let's take a look at all their images. All right, so they got some good. Wonder if he skydived or she. I don't want to assume. All right, so it's got plenty of images, so this is really good. Let's actually go to the website. So this goes straight to the book now. So that's a pretty decent. I don't know how I feel about that. You're really pushing the booking, which makes sense. Like, hey, let's go to their homepage. Let's take a look. Is that working? Yeah, here it is. Do they have their? There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. The limited. Okay. They're using a good certificate. Good for them. Let's take a look at their website in general while we're here, while I'm talking about the company. Now, granted, I've never heard of this before. I've never been to Hollister, California. I know nothing. I don't think I would see myself skydiving. You know, just taking a look. So I like how their website's kind of very simple. Learn to fly, all sorts of packages. I like how simple it is. Services, about us, store. They seem to have everything that you would want, I think, right in front of you. Some basic icons, discounts. I like how they how to find them. That's funny. Big space down here. I don't know what that's about. Let's take a look at their back end. Ooh, there's lots of white space. So they're using Wix. Nothing wrong with that. But Wix does do these things like these massive URLs for images, such as their shortcut, and they're basically their favicons, which is ridiculous. I think this JavaScript at the beginning is ridiculous, and that's not the business owner's fault. Look at all those fonts. All right, so we're still going through fonts here. This is ridiculous. We are 2/3 down the source code, and we haven't gotten to the primary content of this page. Here we go. We're finally at the meta tags. So 4,781 lines into their home page is the title tag. I consider that to be a problem. And again, that's not the business owner, but that's most likely the Wix platform, which is, that's the way it goes. Again, images, and I don't know how much of this is the developer not changing the JPEG and Wix adding all sorts of other junk to it. Something wrong with the HTML. I guess because it's just so far down. Where'd it go? More CSS. That's ridiculous. Oh, geez. More JavaScript. Universal. That's Twitter. Look at all this CSS. This is ridiculous, Wix. Finally get to the H2. So, I mean, if it's not hurt, don't fix. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But, I don't. And also, if Wix did, or the business owner, whomever is responsible for all this JavaScript and CSS that is within the HTML source, making these changes, I don't think that would, move the needle too much with their SEO. It's just, to me, ridiculous that you have to get to 2/3 of the file before you get to the title tag, the meta title. That's ridiculous. Still haven't really gotten to actual content. Oh, here we go. Finally, 6,000 lines in. So I gotta word wrap this. Can I do that from here? Wrap lines. There we go. All right. Okay, now we have to scroll even. Oh, here we go. Figure it out, Firefox. All right. So what do we got here? This looks like, I don't even know. More CSS, more CSS. Okay. Page title SES. Something's, what is this? I don't know what's going on here. Something's up. So this is, again, why I really don't trust companies like Wix and Squarespace. I find that their templates aren't all that great. I don't know if this is something they built themselves or something a third party did, or so I just, that I don't know. But it's fishy. Might be part of their WYSIWYG, because I see a WYSIWYG thing here. Some JavaScript, and then the rest of the JavaScript. So, I like what's going on here. I just don't like the way it's being done. I think there's problems there. But, hey, that's my job now. Now that I'm doing this, it's my job to really look into these things. But again, I would say find a way to close this down, but not mark it as closed, and see if it can just be deleted outright and maintain the official Skydive Hollister business listing. So that is my suggestion. I don't think there's any real bunk here. I just saw an issue. Someone asked for help, so I wanted to come in and provide my opinion. And so that's that. So if you, I would like to hear what you think. I'm gonna let the person on Reddit know that I've thrown this out here, and see where it goes from there. You know, Normally I know as a YouTuber I'm supposed to say things like subscribe, like, leave a comment, blah blah blah. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're smart, bright people. Have fun.